What's up, boys? It's aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. Today we got an exciting new promotion. We always start off the year with this promotion, and it is fan-freaking-tastic. It is the ones to watch players. They are in packs right now, and there are some spectacular options that we have this year to trade with and to watch play throughout the season. I mean, we have a lot of Premier League guys, but a lot of guys that are also from other leagues across the world. One of my favorites is this Promes card, as well as Richarlison. I'm really excited to see how he plays for Everton because he's been playing phenomenal already. But basically what I want to do today is kind of talk with you guys through these cards and how they work, basically, because it's not common knowledge for a lot of new people that are on the game, and just mastering what these cards are can be a little bit tricky, and there's a lot of unanswered questions around these cards at some points throughout the year. But I want to kind of talk about them and just kind of talk about trading with them as well, because there are a lot of different ways to trade with these cards. So first of all, these cards are all impacted by players in their real life performances. So Socrates starts and plays for Arsenal. Let's say they win a game, 2-0. He has a goal and they have the clean sheet, and his match rating is very high. He would be in the running for a team of the week card, and that would cause this item, this card right here, would get upgraded to the same stats as his team of the week card. So let's say you got 86 rated inform. This card would automatically update to that 86 rated player. So that's why these cards have a lot of value. These cards will carry more value than the informs will, because they still have that the live item value to them. They could still even go higher, and every time that a player has a good performance on the weekend, their card price is affected by that. So the weekly fluctuations of these cards kind of goes as follows. So let's say Felipe Anderson. He has a game tomorrow, Saturday, in the Premier League. Let's say he plays, doesn't play that well of a game, is not looking like he was worthy of enough to get an inform, didn't score any goals, no assists, wasn't the man of the match. His price would go down after that game as people sell his card because they don't think that it's going to get upgraded. That's usually when you want to buy these ones to watch player items, after a game where they don't perform very well. What you're going to want to do then is just hold them throughout the week. Then the next weekend or midweek, depending on when they have a game, their price will usually rise in anticipation for that game, depending on the matchups. Obviously, sometimes it'll rise more than others, but more times than not, it will rise for that upcoming weekend matchup that they have in league play, or whatever game they're playing that week. So let's say Jorginho on Sunday doesn't play a very good game. After the game, 2 to 3 hours after the game, his price goes down. Let's say he's at 50k. You buy his card for 50k. Slowly rises throughout the week. Right before game time, it's 75k. Sell the card for 75k, take your profit, and then you can do the same thing every week. It's almost a weekly fluctuation with a lot of these cards. Now we have to talk about when they go. Let's say they have a good performance. That changes a lot of things. Let's say Golovin's going for 15k, scores 2 goals and gets an assist and has a 9.5 match rating. He's probably going to get an inform. So his card is probably going to rise every time a player scores a goal. That's the big time headliner. Every time a player scores a goal, has an assist in the game, like literally minutes after having that happen to a player in the game, their card price will rise. So you have to be very fast in reacting to these ones to watch card prices. Wow, that one has a bid of 76,000. Little coin transfer action going on there. So yeah, you have to be very fast with these items. This Golovin card could be going for 15k Sunday before a game starts, and then boom, he scores 1 goal and he could be at 30k in a flash, because this is a very nice card. And if he gets 1 inform, a lot of those stats are going to go way up, and it's going to be a very usable card. Especially with the Smolov, the Russian link, you can make some nice hybrids right there, just noticing that. But yeah, usually when a player scores a goal in real life during a game, their ones to watch card will shoot up in price. Depending on it all depends on how well they do for the rest of that game, whether that card will get an inform and whether the price will stay high or whether it will drop after the game. So most of the time, if the player does not have an inform worthy performance, you're going to want to buy them after the game, a couple hours after, and then sell them right before their next game, because that's the kind of the time where those cards go up and down. I want to take a look now over on Futbin. I want to show you guys, that was me, hello. I want to show you guys kind of what a year's worth of ones to watch can look like to a card. This is an extreme, obviously extreme version here of Mohamed Salah, who got so many special cards last year. But his ones to watch card started as an 83 rated, same as his base card. Started down here at 250,000 coins, had a game on the weekend, dropped down the day after to 206,000. The next weekend must have had some hype, because look, he rose from 219k on Saturday, boom, he's up to 382k on the Tuesday. And then he must have not gotten into Team of the Week because he sat back down, but his card remained relatively high because people realized that he was playing very well. He was scoring goals and he was bound to get an inform soon. So that automatically kind of raises the price or the value of one of these cards, because people know it's going to get an inform soon, so they want to hold on to it. They're willing to pay more for it. You'll see that these cards aren't immune to the normal fluctuations of the market as well. You can see here, he was 330,000 coins, but as we got nearer towards the Black Friday promotion, which is in the middle of November, started to drop. So we went from 330k down to 285k before having a massive weekend and going to 400k before getting a Team of the Week card. That's one other thing I want to point out here. See, his highest point in both of these two spikes right here, they're both on Tuesday. Tuesday is the day that if a player has a very good game and is projected to get into the Team of the Week, you want to sell on that Tuesday, because Wednesday, when that card comes out, usually the price goes down, which almost doesn't make sense to new guys who aren't familiar with these cards, but everybody holds on to the card and then sells it on the Team of the Week release, thinking that it's going to go up, but actually it goes down on the Team of the Week release because the informs in packs as well. And that card is cheaper than these live items. So if you get a ones to watch, he has a good game, you want to sell on the Tuesday in most areas. You just kind of have to monitor their price as always, but Tuesday is more of a sell time for a lot of these cards that score goals on a weekend and when they balloon up in price like this. So let's say you bought one Salah for 290k, you sold him for 390k, that's a 100k profit in 3 days because a player played well in a game. See, that's why these cards are so fun to use, because if you know somebody's playing good, somebody has a good matchup, they have a good chance to score a goal, you can snag one or two of them depending on the card before the game, and sometimes make big time money on these cards. So this is the biggest decision when coming down to ones to watch cards. There's one main decision that everybody comes up against every weekend. Do you sell the card before the game and kind of take your guaranteed profits, however much that may be, or do you hold on and hold through the game to see if that player performs well, and then you sell later and make even more profit? That's the risk that everybody goes with every single week with these cards, and it makes it so much fun to play with these cards, to look at their matchups, to look at the lineups, to see who's in, who's out, and just follow your favorite football teams and your favorite leagues throughout the season, and follow these players specifically as they have live items in Ultimate Team. So hopefully this video was very informational for you guys. Hopefully you learned a lot. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. I want to show you guys one more thing actually over here on Futbin. Futbin added this incredible feature this year, kind of tracking the progress of these live items. So right here we see Fred has a game tomorrow against West Ham. So these two teams are playing against each other, West Ham and Manchester United. So those are two cards that are going to be impacted by one game already. So it's so fun to trade with these cards. So you'll wait to see when the lineups come out. If they're in the lineups, their prices will kind of stay the same. If they're not, usually they drop because people will get scared and think they're not going to play. So that it's just so fun to watch. If you watch the cards for 1 or 2 weeks and notice what happens, because lots of stuff happens with these cards, you'll quickly catch on. You'll quickly learn how these cards work, and you'll learn that they're so much fun. So I would recommend checking Futbin's website for this to get information on ones to watch cards. And then also I use an app called SofaScore, SOFA Score. And it sends me alerts when players score a goal. So let's say Quincy Proms is going for 70,000 coins next weekend. He scores a goal. It's going to tell me like minutes after he actually scores, or seconds afterwards. I get a notification, and yeah, then I can go onto FIFA and I can pick up one of those cards if I think he could get an inform. So as you can see, this kind of trading is absolutely so fun. It's risky, it's fun, but that's what, I mean, that's why there's so many people that are drawn to it. And these live items, people always want upgraded items of their favorite players in FIFA Ultimate Team. That's why these players are so popular, and that's why it's so fun to trade with these players. Alright boys, it's been Nate, aka the Foot Accountant. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.